Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm 9 News Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Kelly Chalmers with a look at your forecast. What a change this week. We had temperatures in the 90s yesterday. It was hot, lots of sunshine. Today we're talking about almost gloomy, dreary, cloudy. We've got a lot of rain in the forecast as well, not just today where we have some impressive rainfall potential, but also through most of the week. We will be drying out a bit as we head into the weekend, so that's good news for folks who want to make some outdoor plans this weekend, but it is still going to be cool. We're talking about highs this week through the 7-day forecast in the 70s. So let's go ahead and take you outside right now for a live look out over Fort Morgan, where you can see, cloudy skies. We are just kind of a cloudy day, mostly cloudy right now outside the 9 News studios. 73 degrees. Those winds, they're calm. Humidity is dropping, 57%. It was up to 80 earlier this morning, down to 60 right around noon. Headlines for today: it is going to be cooler and a bit of a soggy week with scattered storms and showers in the forecast most afternoons. We're talking about below average temperatures as well through the week. Our average is 86 for this time of the year, and we're looking at temperatures not even getting into the 80s, topping out in the 70s. But as I mentioned, we will be drying out by the weekend. So for today, for the Denver metro area, we're looking at a high right around 73 degrees. Scattered storms and showers, cooler, mostly cloudy, winds out of the east 5 to 15 miles per hour. But as those storms roll through, expect some gusty winds about 20 miles per hour, even stronger as those outflow boundaries kind of move through our area and we feel the effects of those storms kind of rumbling through. Forecast highs mainly in the 70s across the plains. Upper 70s though, Pueblo, La Junta, Lamar, getting up to about 75 degrees. But for the metro area, we're looking at 73, 75 in Fort Morgan. 70 in Fort Collins. Temperatures in the mountains mainly in the 60s, some 70s as well, and 80s still out across the plains. All right, here's a look at our live radar, and you can see those showers and storms starting to roll in off the foothills. West of the metro area, a little bit of precipitation along I-25 north of the metro area, and you can certainly see basically Colorado Springs, El Paso, Teller County, and south. We're going to get some stronger storms moving through. That's where we have the potential for some really heavy downpours. And all these storms have the potential for some locally heavy downpours. But we do actually have a flood watch in effect for the foothills and the I-25 corridor, El Paso, Teller County, and south to the New Mexico border. So again, those storms likely a bit more impactful and possibly producing some very strong winds. Actually, this one kind of zoomed into the wrong spot. Let me see if I can kind of move this. There you go. You can see where the storms are moving in that right now. Down there, starting to make their way into Colorado Springs right now. Woodmore, certainly south of Castle Rock, but as we head up, we see those showers moving through Boulder, about to make their way into the metro area, as well as about to make their way into Fort Collins. And then Greeley will be next. So again, we're kind of just tracking this line of storms rolling off the foothills right now and making their way into the I-25 corridor. Expected it after 2 o'clock, and so we're kind of right on target for that. With the stronger storms, the heavier downpours here in the metro area, likely around 3 o'clock. But again, we're starting to see that activity moving on in as we speak. So taking a look at our Futurecast, here we go. And we're going to kind of zoom this up to 3 o'clock. There it is with those storms making their way in the metro area. Kind of what we're seeing with the stronger storms. Again, as I mentioned, Elbert, Teller County south, but you can see those moving into Elbert County, Lincoln County as well. Stronger storms certainly progressing as they gaining in energy, a little bit more moisture as they move across the eastern plains, which is what we're seeing right there. This is 8 o'clock, so still some lingering showers in the metro area, but the stronger storms out I-70, no question, out across the eastern plains. And again, the biggest threat, heavy downpours, the potential for some flash flooding with these localized flooding in those flood-prone areas. We're going to have to keep an eye out for that as these storms move through here. In the metro area could get anywhere from about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch, I'm thinking. Some of the models showing even more than that. And then we kind of calm down and clear out and dry out overnight into tomorrow morning before we have another round tomorrow, but earlier. Looking between about 4 and 8 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So as we kind of zoom into the metro area, here you can see 3 o'clock, The storms move into the metro area by 5 o'clock. We're seeing some heavy showers and storms before Collins down into Greeley. And again, mainly east of the metro, Byers as well. Lyman, you're going to see some of that activity after about 5, 6 o'clock tonight. It's continuing into the 7:30 hour with those stronger storms out east. And then we're just dealing with clouds tomorrow. Woo, this went way too fast. I'm going to take this back because I want to kind of go through this. So waking up tomorrow, clouds, but we are dry along the metro area, north and south. This is right around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We start to see it in the I-25 corridor. So if you are headed to an outdoor event, say in the foothills or I don't think it's going to impact. I don't really think it's going to impact the concert at Red Rocks tomorrow, because I think the concert starts 7, maybe 7:30. I'm not totally sure. Don't quote me on that, but it's in the evening. This is 3 o'clock. We're seeing that activity moving through. Stronger shower storms between 3, 5, 6:30, 7 o'clock. We are seeing some showers in and around the metro area, but it does start to clear out right around 7:30. So again, if you're heading out there anytime before 7:30, wear the poncho, expect the rain. But I don't think severe weather is going to be that much of a factor tomorrow. It's certainly not a factor. We're not expecting severe weather today with these storms, but strong storms, just not severe storms at this point. As for the rain, again, this forecast goes through midnight tonight, and models showing possibly a half an inch here in the metro area of rain. I'm thinking about a quarter to a half an inch, and again, Boulder, 3/10 of an inch, Golden, 6/10 of an inch. So again, some pretty impressive rainfall with these storms moving through. We do have a flood watch also to talk about. So we are talking about flash flooding, potential for 1 to 3 inches of rain possible in less than an hour or less. This is again El Paso, Teller County, south along I-25, the foothills as well, especially the burn scars. We're going to have to keep an eye on that as those storms roll through for the potential of some not only localized flooding in those flood-prone areas, but those flash flooding concerns along those burn scars as well. Tomorrow, again, 76 degrees, so a few degrees warmer, but still well below normal, about 10 degrees below our normal high of 86 degrees. We have about a 40% chance for a storm after 2 o'clock. We went through the timeline of those storms between about 2 and 8, 2 and 7:30, 2 and 8, I would say. For tomorrow, so later in the night will clear out after about 8 o'clock. Not going to be the case today with some of those lingering showers into the 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour in some areas. Forecast highs for tomorrow, warming up a little bit again, getting up close to 80 degrees in Greeley and Fort Morgan, down across the southern plains as well. So our weather pattern, ridge of high pressure kind of settling in to the south and west of Colorado, and that's going to rotate that monsoonal moisture into our area, and that's why we're going to have a week of fairly wet weather, at least afternoons, with those scattered showers and storms in the forecast for the afternoon every day of our 7-day forecast. Of course, Wednesday looks to have the bigger chance for a storm, and then we do start to dry out a bit as we head into the weekend, but again, temperature is quite a bit cooler than normal. We are staying in the 70s for highs, not getting above 79 degrees most days. Or all the days in our extended forecast. As you can see there, the high is 79 degrees. We'll reach that Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, cooling off a bit as we head into Sunday with a high of 77. And again, isolated storms in the forecast for the weekend, but it does look like we are going to dry out a bit. But Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin is behind me. She's preparing the forecast for your 3 o'clock news here on 9 News. And of course, we will keep updating these storms as they move into our area on your 9 News Plus streaming all the time, so you can always catch your updated forecast on 9 News Plus. In the meantime, thank you so much for joining us here on 9 News Plus right now. I'm 9 News Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Kelly Chalmers. Have a great day.